back at the back. Please pull out those 3-question survey that says quality instruction. And that's hand in number 1. Complete that. There's some short one-liners about what makes you tick. And we'll just give you some silent time to do that. But it's all about naming 3 instructional strategies that you feel are indicative and provide some level of evidentiary documentation that's just good in the classroom. That's your quality. And when you're finished, set it over to the side. We'll pick it up later. And put your name on it. Because we might just pull all these things together in one big document and send it back to you someday and say, this is what you said one night way back in January of 2014. Like in August, we'll say, this is what you said then. Do you agree with it? And that's not to be put in any grade book that we have, but we don't have a grade book. No, we have 3. Well, you're going to get to do that at about 8:15. Okay, 8:10 p.m.
Folks, it's him throwing you guys can go ahead and finish that while she gets started, and the floor is yours.
All right, here we go. A little bit more about yourself, please.
Please.
Okay. As Dr. Becky mentioned before, we're about to go through the accreditation process. I mean, actually, right before the winter break, we submitted our self-study, which was really, some of us were looking at it, we've really been working on this for 3 years. How long really it took to complete the self-study. But it's all about, because it is self-study, it's all about learning about ourselves and learning about how to make improvements. So, through that process, we've made a lot of changes. We found some things that we need to do differently, and we have a whole lot of new initiatives that we could do this, we should do this, that we have even planned for the future, things to make things better. So, there's a lot of things that you've probably seen change over time that we really want you guys to think about and work on. Some of the things that you've probably seen are some changes in things like the federal. We have a lot of things that are coming down from the Department of Ed, federal compliance, which is why we have things like verification of student identity issues. We have to verify that our students are who we think they are. And of course, if you have the class every day, you can say, well, that's at least the person who came to class. It's a little bit more difficult in your online classes, isn't it? Who exactly is turning in that work. And so we do have proctored exam requirements. But also, one of the things that we talked about today was Ms. West, other kinds of things that we want you to do to ensure the integrity. We want to know that we're really giving the credit to students who we think they are. So, Ms. West talked about things like using writing assignments to be able to compare a student's writing assignment that they submitted in class or online to one they would have to submit in a proctored exam. And she showed some examples that were pretty bold as to they were clearly not the same students that were turning in both assignments. across the curriculum. Of our 7 gen ed goals, one of those is communication. And so a whole lot of you guys are not only gen ed instructors, but for all of our degree programs, we support our general education program. And I think that's something that you definitely need to stress with your students as well. You have those gen ed goals in your syllabus. Part of being college educated is to not just know Spanish or whatever your math, music, not just that. I have a daughter who's a music education major right now. That's a tough, I had no idea, my gosh, those people, all they do is go to class or in different choir or different, and they don't even get credit for most of it. So, somebody that's got a music degree, you better look up to them, I have no idea. And she's a top student, just, woo, that's tough. But you don't just learn music or Spanish or math or whatever, it's about being this well-rounded, well-educated person. And I think you need to stress it, because I heard it all the time, especially when I said, why do I have to take math? Or, why do I have to take business? And so please stress that to them, and how important it is that they get that general education. Probably, how many of you guys have worked some point in your career in an area that had nothing to do with your degree program? Yeah. But you had skills that you got from your entire college education. And so I think it's important that we stress that and help them understand that they're going to, college educated people serve an important role to society, don't they? We think about in your communities, the boards that they serve on, all of the different roles that they play in that community. And all of it just may go, not just from the college itself, but just the little town itself would fall apart if it wasn't for those people, important people who are often business owners and professionals in the community who help make decisions and help make important decisions. And of course, you've ever seen, I've heard of girls gone wild, boards gone wild, I guess. Sometimes you see on the news or something, you say, how did they make that decision? What happened? Critical thinking skills missing. And of course, critical thinking is one of those things, my son's in the 4th grade, and so I teach him critical thinking skills early on. But those are the kind of things, that HLC is looking at as well, Are we serving our students? Are we teaching them the things that we say we're teaching them? So, we want you to teach them not just your subject area, but all the general ed goals as well. How can you help your students to think critically? Do you provide assignments, that sort of allow them or force them into thinking critically about whatever subject it is that you're teaching? Do you, encourage critical thinking in your course, as well as, the other genetic goals as well, cultural, diversity, globalization. We're definitely in a global world, aren't we? So we want to make sure that our students, that's part of the HLC criteria. Are we adequately preparing our students for a global world? Are we adequately preparing our students to be able to deal with people in whatever career they work in who come from a different cultural, whatever background than their own? We've had problems with that. Some students, they're going to nursing school. Well, they don't like this particular group right here, so they're not going to serve that patient. What do you think the hospital feels about that? You're gone. Get us out of here. We don't even have time for this. Let's go. Just take your stuff and leave right now. When they say, well, that's my right, is it? Well, no, not when you have an employer. It's not your right. You can believe whatever you want to, but you can't treat people any way you want to. So, we're trying to prepare our students for the world that they're having to live in. And I think that's one of the reasons why we want you to have academic rigor as well, and to have rules that you expect them to follow. You want to you want to give them a break sometimes and say, oh, if I can just help this one at the same time, you have to maintain that balance of how do I prepare the students to go into the workforce, because that's what most of them are, I assume that's why they're going to college, right? So I think that's definitely something, that we all have to try to balance. So I think, keep those things in mind as to, plan your semester as to how can you challenge them and how can you help us ensure that we are, serving our mission at Murray State College by helping our students thrive on those kind of things. Of course, one of the things that we mentioned a couple times is about academic integrity, and Dr. Stacey mentioned turnitin.com, and I know some of you are already using turnitin.com, and it's something I love, not just for the academic integrity issue, but I just like it because of the ease of grading papers and those kind of things. One of the things I want to talk about a little bit, for those of you who are already using it, there have been a few new features added over the last semester or so, and one of those is, I teach business classes. They do allow PowerPoint now. They could change. You couldn't upload PowerPoint before and have to do the originality check and grading. So that's changed. But also they have a new iPad app. Anybody have an iPad they like to use? I love using the Turnitin iPad app because not only can I do all the same kind of things, but it's kind of handy in that I can download all the papers, from a given assignment on my iPad, grade them, put all the same kind of marks. I don't have to be where there's internet while I'm doing it, and then when I go back to internet, I can sync it back, and so I can do it. But I have one of those cheap iPads. You can't do everywhere in the world. You have to be where there's Wi-Fi there. So I like to be able to do that. I can do it in the car or wherever, Walmart, I guess, waiting in line for grade papers. So that's kind of a handy thing. And I wanted to show some of you guys who were interested in doing that, not only how did I lose my glasses? Okay, over here. How you can do that, but also some of you who maybe are not as familiar with Turnitin, what it will do. Now, if you want to use it on your iPad, you can download the free app. It's a free app from the iTunes App Store. So that's easy. If you have an iPad, you probably already know how to do that. Or if you have a teenager around, they'll do it for you. I just holler at it. I actually have a teenager. My 9-year-old is what I tell you. I think he and all his friends have iPads or something. They know it very well. But that part is easy. Now, the part that's a little bit more difficult is to get the code to connect it with your course. But those of you who are interested in using Turnitin, let me show you just a little bit about it. And while I'm showing you, I will point out the spot that you guys need to get your iPad code while we're in the middle of it. And this is sort of the inside view here. Turnitin that we're going to look at. After a student has submitted a paper, what you would see. And it really is made up of several different parts. Puts it in this basically inbox for you as a faculty member with the name of the student. And we use what we call an integrated Turnitin system so that when you log into Blackboard, your students are already logged into Turnitin, and you're already logged in. You don't have to get a code and all that stuff like I used to in the old days. And some people still do it that way, but it's just easier if you have it integrated into your class. And it'll show you the tile that they put on it. And then the part that's kind of interesting for some is the similarity index here, where it's matching up the paper that was submitted with something else. But no, something else could be other student papers that have been submitted. There's thousands and thousands of books and journals and things like that have been scanned in, and it matches to that. Also, to things out there on the web. I've got papers from readessays.com and cyberessays.com and you name it. I didn't know that would exist. I hadn't heard that one yet. So that's kind of handy. I'll show you that in just a second. Then it has a place, where it would show a grade if you had it. The response section shows if the student has come back to check it or not. So like if you said, did you read the comments that I put? And I said, oh yeah, well you can see they actually put a little mark there. shows you as well when they turn it in, and I don't know if you can kind of see the red where it says late there, but they turn in a late paper and show the date glowing red, so you know when they turn it. I look at for that as well. Back in the old paper, you get big stacks, and you put them over there on your desk, and everybody gets them tomorrow, and then like 4 more people come in the next day, and you have to try to remember or stamp them or something. Now, who turned in theirs when, and these are the late ones, and these are the on-time ones, and by the time I go to grade them, I sure hope I mark them right so that I can remember which ones are supposed to get full credit, which ones are gonna have some taken off, and so it takes care of that for me. I don't have to worry about losing them. I can see which ones are right there. If I go home and leave them in my office, no problem. I'll just open them up. I don't have to worry about carrying them with me where I'm going or laying them down or something. So let's look at that similarity index there. You can see it will show you the percent there of matches. And that just tells you you're really part of the story, because you have to not really open it up to see. This is a very good example, but I'm just loading random documents on my computer. Unfortunately, since I've been working on HLC stuff, that's all that was on top. I think. Oh, that was part of our actual cell set. Let me find something a little smaller, because that was probably going to take forever to let me go back. I'm saying this paper's too large.